Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to look at the Carroll County Blues. Carroll County Blues was a request for Kevin, and this is an interesting tune. I'm going to give you three versions of it. The original from the playing of fiddler Will Namur, who named this for his home county in Mississippi. I'm going to give you the Johnny Gimble Texas version, and I'm going to give you the Flatt & Scruggs version. And they're all subtly different, and they all address the question, or ask the question maybe, what is a blues and what is a genuine version of this tune? And I think the correct answer to the first question, what is a blues, it's rather a looser answer than most people will give. It doesn't necessarily have 12 bars, is the main thing. What is genuine in terms of a version? Well, because the three are so different, they're all respected versions, so they're all correct in their own way. So anyone that says you're playing this wrong is wrong. You play it how you like. And what counts as appropriate changes over the years and over the styles. So you make of it what you think is appropriate for you. Right, we're going to start off with the original version, which was recorded in 1929 by, as I say, by Will Namur. And it's not a standard blues in that it doesn't have 12 bars, but it was a big hit in 1929 when it came out. What's odd about it is that it's really, rather than a nicely structured 12 bars, it's a series of different phrases which are loosely attached, shall we say. So let's look at the first line. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your first line, and it's quite a nice phrase. It starts with syncopation. It slides across the bar line, and then those next two notes are both syncopated, so they're both coming off the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this phrase, from the B flat to the B, that is the blue note of the G major blues scale. So in that sense it does fit into blues theory as a major blues. So let's just do that a couple more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, we then have a pause over that D note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you add it up, it's actually a bar of 5/4, and it makes quite a lot of sense when you hear what the guitar is doing, but just played without the guitar, it doesn't make any sense at all. That pause. So what I think is that he is playing. He's waiting until he feels ready to play the next phrase. The next phrase being. So again we got syncopation, so we're sliding across the bar line, and then we've got that little phrase which comes at the end, and the pause between that second phrase and this third phrase is again slightly indistinct. So let's play through with the backing just the first three lines. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. that last phrase it's a kind of a groove. It doesn't really fit into the blues at all. If you ignore the top line, we've got and then over that we've either got a G or we've got an open D. And you can do one or the other or both. And so it goes around that a few times and then goes back to the main three sections of the beginning. So you have to ask, if you're going to perform this, maybe with a guitarist, are you going to do it like this? And if you're really into authenticity, and if you are like trying to represent exactly what was happening in the 1920s, then yes, that's what you should do. If you're doing this on a slightly more ad hoc basis, or doing this as part of a general blues thing or an old-timey thing, then to me it doesn't make a great deal of sense following this original thing, because they never wrote it down, they never really counted the bars, they never worked it out, and it was appropriate at the time, at the place, and I don't believe it's appropriate now, but you may disagree. So let's move on to the Johnny Gimble version, which is quite a lot more straightened out, and this is probably played pretty widely in Texas and maybe even as a contest tune, I'm not sure. So I think all of the crookedness has gone apart from one place. So let's start off. It's got a little intro. So you can see this feels quite a lot straighter. The only odd bit is the second bar of G7, where we go. And I think actually if you left the first bar out, then that would straighten it out completely. But this is simple enough and predictable enough that I think it's worth learning exactly this version if you feel like it. Let's do the same thing again, and this time quite a lot faster because he plays it fast. And with the backing. 2, 3, 4. I think that's my favourite version. But let's move on to the third version, which is the Bluegrass Foggy Mountain Boys version by Flatt and Scruggs. This starts off, and that G sharp, which is played on the banjo, to me that G sharp doesn't really work. I would do a G natural, but again, depends if you want to be really authentic. So they've twisted the melody slightly, and there's one little bit of crookedness which happens only at the beginning, and that is bar 9. Well, I'll come to that in a minute. So we got. So the what is it, effectively bar 8, they've added an extra bar in there, which is the same crooked place that what it comes in the other versions, but they've added the effectively the last 4 bars of a 12 bar. So the D chord and back to the G chord. So let's do that one more time, then we'll do it with the backing. 1, 2, 3. So as I say, that crooked bit only happens the first time round when they're playing a melody, and when they do the solos they very sensibly straighten it out to 12 bars. So let's finish off with playing that a few times round up to speed, and they do it quite fast. If you would like a copy of the dots of all 3 versions, then do subscribe to the channel and send me an email. And if you would like to get a zip file with all of my PDFs, and that's around 350 of them, then do join me on Patreon, where for a mere £4 you get all of that. And if you join at the higher levels, then you can get all my backing tracks and even a lesson every month from me. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon.